Long, long ago, in a magical forest, there dwelled families of cats. One day, in their cozy nest, lived Mama Cat with her little, curly-haired kitten named Fluffy. Fluffy was incredibly curious about the world and loved listening to stories from his mother. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Mama Cat wrapped Fluffy in her soft fur and began to tell him a story. "My dear, once upon a time, in the same forest we live in now, there lived a magical creature named Sprinkle. He was a tiny kitten with fur as white as snow and eyes like two little sparks. Sprinkle possessed an extraordinary power. He could talk to animals and plants, and even read the thoughts of other beings." Fluffy stared at his mother with wide eyes and ears perked, eager to know what would happen next. Mama Kitty continued, "One day, Sprinkle heard a sad song in the distance. It was the lost young sparrows, who had become stranded in the forest. Sprinkle immediately rushed to help. Using his magical ability, he calmed the sparrows and showed them the way back to their nest. The sparrows were so grateful that they promised Sprinkle eternal friendship and aid in times of need." Fluffy smiled, imagining a little white kitten conversing with the sad sparrows. "And now, my dear Fluffy," Mama Cat looked at her kitten with love in her eyes, "may this story teach you that each of us carries something special and valuable within. Sometimes, when you're in need, you might find help in unexpected places. All it takes is your willingness to be open to the world around you." Fluffy pondered his mother's words and smiled. He was certain he wanted to be as brave and helpful as Sprinkle. From that moment on, Fluffy did his best to learn from his mother how to be a good and helpful kitten. Every evening, as the sun began to set, Mama Cat told him new stories about the adventures of heroic kittens, and Fluffy dreamed that one day, he too would become a hero and assist someone in need. And so, days and weeks went by, and little Fluffy grew wiser and kinder. When the time came that he needed help, the invisible bonds of friendship he had formed with other animals came to his aid. And this, my dear Fluffy, is the end of today's tale. It's time to go to sleep and dream of the grand adventures that await you in the future." Fluffy smiled, felt the warmth in his heart, and knew he always had the support and wisdom of his feline mother.